My dear children, welcome back to mathematics class. We have completed chapter 9 sequence and series. Next we are moving to geometry. First lesson is straight lines. So straight lines, you know something about straight lines already. You have studied in smaller classes. Now let us move to our new chapter 10, straight lines. So here we have the concept given first. So let us go through.
In this module, we will first introduce the concept of straight line by recalling some 2D geometry concepts. Then we will learn about slope of a line, various forms of the equation of a line, general equation of a line, distance of a point from a line, distance between two parallel lines, equation of family of lines passing through the point of intersection of two lines, and shifting of origin. At last, we will summarize all the concepts discussed in the module.
So my dear children, these are the concepts in this lesson, straight lines. Let us move to first one, that is introduction.
Hello students, let us briefly recall what we already know about coordinate geometry. A plane containing any two coordinate axes is called coordinate plane. The intersection point of the axis is called the origin, whose coordinates are shown. The position of a point can be given by its coordinates. They are also known as ordered pair. X coordinate represents the position left or right of the y-axis. Y coordinate represents the position above or below of the x-axis.
My dear children, Cartesian plane, already you know what is the origin, the ordered pair 0, 0. This is origin, point x, y. X is the x coordinate, y is the y coordinate. All this you have studied in smaller classes. Let us move to next page.
A point P with the given coordinates can be represented on the coordinate axis in the following way. Similarly, another point Q with the given coordinates can be represented in the following way.
The location of any points on a Cartesian plane already you have studied. Here it is given how to locate the point 4, 4 and minus 3, minus 2 is given. All these you have studied in small classes. Move to next page.
We also know that the distance between the 2 points P and Q, whose coordinates are as shown, is given by the following formula. For example, the distance between the 2 points 3, 4 and 5, 7 can be calculated in the following way.
Dear children, you have studied the distance formula, how to find the distance between any 2 points P, Q. P is a point, Q is a point in a Cartesian plane. This formula is familiar with you. The distance formula, how to define root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square.
Also, the coordinates of the point P, which divides the line segment joining the points A and B internally, with the coordinates as shown in the ratio m is to n, are given by the following formula. Particularly, if m is equal to n, the coordinates of the midpoint of the line segment joining the points A and B, with the coordinates as shown, are given by the following formula.
So this formula you have studied. This is called section formula. You have studied in 10th standard how to find the section formula. How to define the section formula. M and N is the ratio is given. Then 2 points A and B are given. How to find P, X, Y. That is this formula which is called section formula. This already you have studied in 10th standard.
Also, the area of the triangle with the vertices as shown is given by the following formula. For example, the area of the triangle with vertices 4, 3, 3, 2 and minus 4, 1 is calculated as shown. We will now study about the simplest geometric figure, straight line.
So this also your previous knowledge, how to find the area of a triangle in a Cartesian plane. You have studied A, B, C are any three points in a Cartesian plane with the points x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3. Then how can you find area of the triangle? If these 3 points are in a straight line, in a line, then these points A, B, C are called collinear. All this you have studied in 10th standard. Now let us move to our new
A
section.
series of points traveling in a constant direction trace the path of the straight line. A line in a coordinate plane is represented algebraically by the linear functions. A line can be vertical, parallel, or inclined with respect to x-axis.
Now we are moving to slope of a line. First of all, let us study what is a line. Here line is drawn in a Cartesian plane. A line is drawn. It can be drawn as vertically, horizontally, or in the way of slope.
A line in a coordinate plane forms two angles with the x-axis. One angle is formed in the clockwise direction and another angle formed in the anti-clockwise direction. We can observe that the angles formed are supplementary. The angle that the line makes with the positive direction of x-axis and which is measured anti-clockwise is known as the inclination of the line. If the inclination of the line is theta, then theta can have the following range of values. Hence, the other angle formed will have the measure equal to 180 degrees minus theta.
Children, I hope this is clear for you. If this angle is theta, when a line is drawn which touches the x-axis, two angles forming, we know the total angle will be 180 degree. If this is theta, then the remaining angle will be 180 minus theta. This angle is called inclination of line. This angle, it will be called inclination of this line. Okay, children? Let us move to next page. So we are moving to slope of a line. So here a line is drawn and the angle theta is drawn. This remaining angle is 180 minus theta. All these are familiar. Inclination also you have studied. This angle is called inclination, that you have studied in application of trigonometry also. What is inclination? Now let us move to what is slope.
Based on the inclination of line, we can now define the slope of the line. If theta is the inclination of a line L, then tan theta is the slope or gradient of the line L. It is denoted by the letter M. When the inclination is 90 degrees, the slope is undefined because of the following condition. When the inclination is 0 degrees, slope is 0 because of the following condition. Based on this observation, we can say that the slope of the y-axis is undefined, while the slope of the x-axis is 0.